Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him?
It's all right to be angry.
How come he don't want me, man?
All us kids with no dads are gonna take over the world.
Hence why the name is Milk Run, you know. Our fathers went to get milk, never came back.
We can restore the balance.
Hashtag no dad gang.
We always end up coming back with milk. Unlike your dad, we'll be here next week. The Milk Run Podcast. Welcome back to the Milk Run Podcast.
Dude,
we are back.
Energetic as
We're
heck.
ready to go. Hashtag no dad gang.
Dude, I like your pillow.
Thank you. I like your pillow.
Sorry, I know you're about to...
We're on the couch. We're back on the couch. We love this setup more than the other room. There's more space.
Dude, I feel like
We have aircon because what was that? There's more space to move.
Karate.
There's more space to perform karate, and there's air conditioning. We live in
Yes.
Queensland. It's starting to get hot. We need that air conditioning. So this is the new crib. This is the new spot.
I like this new setup. Like, we got Bozzy here as well.
Bosco's chilling around, running around like crazy, barking at people as they
In
go
our
past.
other setup, Bozzy used to run around and straight up destroy the cameras, but now he's got space to just run around.
Now he does have space. He's got space. He's got space galore.
Anyways, let's get into it, Jake. How are you today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Dude, I like your shirt. Your shirt,
I
is
like
that,
yours
what is that,
too.
purple?
What's yours? It's like what's that game show? The Price is Right.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Is that what it was?
Is there like an Aussie version of that?
Yeah.
Was it? I remember the only Aussie show I've ever watched was is a minute to
Minute to minute. Minute to win it.
I don't know. I watched it for 30 seconds and then I'd go ABC3.
Yeah, well, Minute to Win It I enjoyed, but the game show that we used to watch as a family all the time growing up was Deal or No Deal.
Oh, that's the one that.
Did you ever watch that?
That was lit.
And so you'd pick a briefcase,
Yeah.
and then you open them up at a time, and then you have a chance you can take this much, and some people go all the way to the end and they get offered $200,000, and they go, no, I'm gonna stick with what's in my briefcase, and it's $200.
That's so dumb because what you want to do is make sure that you get all the low numbers first, right?
But how do you make sure it's a game of chance?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
What's the biggest? I wish producer Sass was with us today, so I could ask her what was the biggest amount won in that show.
Maybe she can figure it out.
$20
when she gets here. She's currently at the thrift shop.
What?
We style our house with a lot of things from the thrift shop. So what my laptop's sitting on right now, air it's from the thrift
That's
shop.
from the thrift shop.
That vase over there, that blue and white one with the flowers is from the thrift shop. That photo on the wall and the frame, thrift shop. That wooden thing there on the chair, thrift shop.
No.
Yeah, I think that's it.
What?
So we love thrifting some things. Well, Sarah does. I like seeing it when it comes home. I hate going to the
Dude,
shop.
I hate the smell of the thrift shop. Are you the same?
Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan either. It smells like a hole. Just hello, everyone. My dog is currently wrestling with me right now with his toy.
It smells like old people.
It does. It smells like old people.
Not good old people though.
Um,
Some old people smell like, incense.
what kind of incense?
Like floral ones.
That is kind of weird. Just a
Don't
little bit.
cancel us old people.
Well, today we want to talk about a topic that kind of led on from last week. Last week we talked about essentially we touched on the idea of traditional families, why traditional family is important. We touched on some things which may or may not have hurt some people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But today we're going to talk about, and this may hurt people's feelings even more,
Yep.
because I find today, in today's age, a lot of people don't want to take responsibility for the way that their life is.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it said, and probably one of the best ways I've heard it said, is that basically what you are living in right now in your life are seeds that you have sown a year ago.
Whoa.
So basically, where you are is a direct response to the way you were living and what you were doing 1 year ago.
Hold on, I'm just. Whoa.
Has that kind of blown your mind a little
That
bit?
is.
That has been something that has really changed the way I live, because a lot of the time we are living in the now and all we can think about is the now. But right now I am knowingly or unknowingly building my future, and I'm actually building the Jake that is 12 months away.
Wow.
And so if I want to be living in dysfunction or in pain or in sadness 12 months from now, well then
You're just being chaos right now, hey?
I need to sow that right now. If I want to be happy, if I want to be free, if I want to be more wealthy than I am right now, well then I need to be sowing those seeds now to live in it 12 months later.
Wow.
And so today we want to talk about breaking the cycle.
Yep. Breaking that cycle.
Breaking the cycle. And
Yep.
and what we mean by that is, well, Efrat, what do we mean by that?
Honestly, with us, Jake and I obviously didn't grow up with a dad. That means what? That means when we do have our family, when we do have our kids, we're not gonna be there abandoning them and essentially repeating the steps that our fathers did to us.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's what you would call a cycle, a repeated series of behaviors and actions. That's what I would call a cycle. And so we want to break the cycle that we were born into.
Yeah.
We didn't choose to get born into a single parent house. We didn't choose to be born into the families that we're in.
Yep.
We didn't choose for the things that happen to us to happen to us.
Yep.
But we can choose right now to either repeat the cycle of dysfunction, or we can heal the cycle of dysfunction and create a new cycle of health, of prosperity, of love, of connection, of relationship. We can do that right now.
Right now, you can do it too.
If I was to repeat the cycle, my future family would look like, alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
It would look like dysfunction. It would look like non-connection. It would look like all these different things. It would be similar for you.
Yep. I just wouldn't be in Australia.
Yeah, well, you'd be repeating the cycle in Japan.
In Japan. No, but what was I going to say? Guys, I keep forgetting.
If you remember, we can come back to that.
But you keep going.
I really want to help people today come to a place where they feel confident and comfortable enough to start to break the cycle that they're in.
Yep.
It's our hope that today, if you are sitting where you're sitting, if you're driving in your car listening to this, if you're sitting at home listening to this, wherever you are, if you're at the gym, keep hustling. You keep working out.
Keep grinding.
We'll keep talking. But it's our hope that you choose today to be the day to draw a line in the sand to break the cycles that you find yourself in. It is our hope today that maybe you realize that it doesn't matter what's happened to you, what people have said to you, what's been done to you, that is not an excuse to stay where you are, but you are in full control of your life right now.
Yeah, so your circumstance, you're able to just pull yourself out and out of that predicament.
Yeah, pull yourself out, even if it's mentally.
Yep.
To do something today to set up your next 12 months so that you can walk in freedom. You can walk in the fullness of all God has for you.
Yes.
But it starts today with making a decision to not make excuses for the way things currently are.
Honestly, even if it starts with a very little thing for tomorrow, getting your clothes ready, just for an example, has a massive effect. I don't know about you.
No, totally.
But like,
making your bed.
yeah, like generally,
in the
like
morning,
the
all these
smallest,
types of things.
just adds up to 12 months' time.
While the journey of 1,000 steps starts with one.
Damn, you sound like a wise man.
A Confucius.
The past 2 episodes, you've been very wise to me, and I've been writing notes.
People always say that about me. They're very surprised that anything smart can come out of my mouth. I don't blame them.
It's because you saw a camera when you were younger.
It's because I did a lot of things when I was young.
No.
But I love that saying. The journey of 1,000 steps starts with one. Everyone wants to get to step 1,000, but then psyched out at the fact that there's 1,000 steps to take.
Are you like that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like that.
Totally.
That's me as a human.
But then, man, imagine if we could all just sit there and say, you know what? It's just one step at a time.
But I hate that. Sometimes I
One step at a
feel
time.
when I do one step at a time, I'm not moving. But in fact, you're just moving really slowly.
And you're moving. But at least you're moving.
Dude, if I could go from 1 to 1,000 straight away.
I think everyone would take that.
Any day of the week.
Everyone would take that course. Everyone would plot that course. Everyone would go from 1 to 1,000 without the steps in between. But it's in those steps in between
That you learn your valuable lessons.
that's right, that you become who you were supposed to be.
Yeah, wow.
It's like every movie ever. It's that hero arc. It's where you learn to fight. It's where you learn to love.
It's where you make
It's
your
where
armor.
That's right. That's where you're forming your weapons. You're forging your weapons and your armors.
Time
And-
skip.
yeah, you know, well, without the time skip, you got to live through it. But
Naruto Shippuden.
you literally, you need those 1,000 steps.
Yes, in order for you to become the man
And
you are.
some of those steps are painful.
Yep.
Some of those steps are pleasurable. Some of those steps are happy. Some of those steps are sad. But every single step is important and must be walked through.
Yes.
There are no shortcuts in life. People always used to say that, right? There's no shortcuts
Yep.
in life. I used to think, well, screw you. I'm going to find the shortcuts. I'm going to find the shortcuts because I don't want to, I want to go from 1 to 1,000.
Yep.
But the most valuable lesson I ever learned was from
Slow down.
Was my old youth pastor, Dan. I talked about him on another podcast. He said to me, and this line has always stuck to me, the most important thing in your life is consistency. He who does something
Wow.
consistent will always win.
That is true, though. That is true. I mean, look at your... What do you do for work? You're a videographer.
What do you do?
You do-
I'm
Are
I'm a
you making fun of
videographer.
my speaking impediment right now?
No, I'm definitely not. I'm a videographer.
You're a videographer.
I
And you
work
take
with
time.
Me and my brother.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that did not start out where it is today.
Without the steps.
We took those steps. Matt took those steps to get it started. I took those steps to learn and to be trash for a long
The
time.
first steps are so scary.
They are. And they are painful because
They
you
are
sit
so
there and you
scary.
go, I suck. I suck at editing. I suck at filming.
And you will hear people say you do suck.
Yeah, dude.
And you know how it
Yeah,
depletes you, right?
Yeah. And you know what? Like, even in starting this podcast, it's the journey of 1,000 steps. We haven't created the most elaborate, crazy podcast with the best content in the world. We just started and we're taking step by step by step by step. And eventually we'll reach step 1,000 where everything is firing on all cylinders. But you can't just get there.
You gotta go start from somewhere.
You got to start from somewhere and take those steps. And it's
Yeah.
the same when it comes to breaking the cycle of fatherlessness,
Yes.
or breaking the cycle of abuse, or breaking the cycle of alcoholism, or breaking whatever it may be. It starts with one step and the decision to move towards a better tomorrow.
And the hardest step is the first step,
Totally.
right? Like the step that you've decided that you want to make that step.
100%.
That is the hardest decision.
100%.
I think I don't have any life story. I was gonna give you. I'm acting like I've got a life story to tell
You
you.
do.
I just can't think of one.
Don't
right now.
pretend like you haven't lived a life valuable of teaching lessons, because you have.
I've
You
lived.
always have something to
Oh,
offer.
that's so nice, Jake.
Well, you're a smart, wise young man.
I'm not.
What,
proud.
why else would I ask you to be involved on this podcast?
Because I don't have a dad. No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
that's a big reason.
No, it's for diversity. Just be honest with me.
I don't care about that crap.
I
Here's what I do care about. You're smart.
Oh, Jake.
You're funny. You care about people. And
This-
you don't have a dad.
Dude, I hate when people give me compliments. So, no, I appreciate that. I generally do.
What do you mean, bro? You love it.
No, I don't know. I hate it. Like, I straight up don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well,
It's like,
just
thank you.
just
And
say
I'm like,
just say thank you.
and you don't.
thank
You know the feeling when you cringe?
Yeah. I get when people
Oh, I'm like,
compliment you.
please don't compliment me. Like,
I'm cringing. My butt is puckering.
It's like, or someone come up to me especially when I was younger. They used to be like, dude, you smashed it in drums, like literally. But you smashed it. And I'm like, don't no. I used to be so frustrated when somebody wouldn't tell me the honest answer, and I'd be like, no, you're lying.
Okay, so you thought that whenever someone was complimenting you that they weren't telling you the truth.
But it also comes because like you self-critic a lot, right?
Yeah.
So you just understand yourself and you understand how you did at that moment. But other people may see it in a better way.
Bosco's just seen another dog outside the
Another
window,
dog.
and now he's going crazy. Hey, Bosco, we're live on the podcast right now, buddy. Yeah.
What do you have to,
yeah,
what do you
you're
have to
looking
say?
Lay down. This guy's crazy. Look, we do things live around here.
And I love it.
No ands, ifs, or buts. But learning to take a compliment is a big thing, man. I had to learn too. because my thing was very similar, that I thought everyone was lying.
Yeah.
It's like you're just saying that to, number one, maybe you're trying to just impress me, or whatever the reason may be. I don't think you're being genuine when you're complimenting me. And so,
Yeah.
Bosco's just opening the flipping window behind you.
It's so funny. So
You know,
cute.
He wants to go out and just bark at the dog that went past. The dog's gone, Bosco. It's gone.
Buzzy, come here. Buzz, come here.
Come say hello. Lay down. Yeah, where's your toy? Yeah, good boy. Lay down. There you go.
Good boy.
But you do need to be able to take a certain level of compliments. You do, because you don't
Yes.
want to make it awkward forever.
Yes.
Bosco. You don't want to make it awkward forever. You want to be able to accept. Bosco.
Buzzy, stop being I'm getting attacked right now.
Just give him his toy.
I don't have your toy. Oh, you do. Go. Anyways, yes.
Yeah, no, totally. So
Stop bringing this to me. I don't want you.
you were literally annoying him before.
You're stuck. You're stuck now.
And now he's annoying you, and you're like, go away. There you go. He's laying
Okay,
down.
now I understand what.
You don't want to make it awkward.
Yeah.
Every time that you get complimented, because I get it. I get it.
It's terrible.
I just say, I always just go, if someone compliments me, like, give me a compliment right now, just off the top of your head.
You look sexy.
Can we make it a bit more genuine than that?
Oh,
I'm not just a piece of meat. I want you to think about it, please.
dude, you are the nicest human being, and I appreciate that you're helping me through this. Your authenticity. I've never met another person like you.
Thank you. So as I was saying, see what I did there?
You say thank you, you move on.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I go thank you, and I'll have to automatically give you a compliment. So if anyone sees me live in person and you guys give me a compliment, without a doubt, I'll also somehow turn it back on you.
Well, that's nice too, because then you don't want to make everything about yourself. Or do you?
We digress.
Breaking the cycle.
Breaking the cycle.
No, but it all plays in together, right?
Yes, it does. I think that comes from no father.
100%. When it comes to breaking the cycle, what would you say, or have you experienced people? Because I know I have. Have you experienced people who think and believe like, no, I am the way I am because of my mum or dad, and this is the way it's going to be, and there's nothing I can do to change it?
I've met people where their mindset won't change, and they believe that the circumstance that they're in is just impossible to get out. I have a lot of friends in school that's like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give names, but I had one specifically who just wouldn't want to get a job because everything was against him. So, well, I think it all starts off being it starts off all being positive, and then with the thin road and the constant decline, it just automatically becomes that thing in your brain that goes, oh, actually no, like this isn't gonna happen. And I feel like that also relates to fatherlessness, right? Well, not fatherlessness, sorry, like this whole topic of
Breaking the cycle.
breaking the cycle. Thanks, I really actually needed you to say that.
That's okay.
Yes.
Thanks. So as I was saying,
No, you look good.
thanks.
Yes.
No, so you have experienced people
Yeah.
who are just kind of like, this is the way it is,
Yep.
and it's never going to change.
Yes, and they're not. That mindset is not going to be changed unless they make that step.
Do you know what they call that mindset?
Stubborn.
Well, yes, that is true.
Yes.
But they also call it the victim mentality.
Wow. I do know that.
The victim mentality. And I think that in life you have two choices. Can you guess what those choices are?
To be the victim.
Or,
To not be the victim.
well, yes, that is true, but there is a fancier way to say it.
You tell me.
You can choose to be a victim, or you can choose to be a victor. Victor.
That's a word play.
So you can have a victim mentality or you can have a victor mentality. But here's the thing. Whichever one you believe, you're right.
That's true.
So if you believe you're a victim, if you believe you're worse off, if you believe that you won't achieve anything because the system's against you or the people are against you or because your dad was a douchebag or he was abusive or he left you or your mum was abusive and left you, if you think that they are reasons to keep you down, you are right. But if you think that they are reasons why you should win, you are right.
Yep.
And that's the difference between a victor and a victim mentality. The only difference is, it's a slight twist, is that everything is there to help you win.
Well,
It's not there to help you lose. It's
Yep.
not there to help you be a victim. And so I've chosen in my life to be someone who says, whenever something happens in my life, I say, good. So when bad things happen in my life, and when things happen that should be terrible and painful, I say, good. I'm grateful. How am I going to use this to be better?
wow.
That's just the way that I've had to learn and adapt. I was not always like that. Up until I was in my 20s, I was very much victim mindset. Because I didn't have a dad, because I didn't learn, because I didn't do all this stuff, that I was on a perpetual cycle to have my life ruined.
Look at that. Wow.
But then I decided that I would not allow the things that have happened to me to shape who I am.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you think you're a victim, if you think you're a victor, you are 100% right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing because Angela's at it just miming. Go to your uncle.
And Bosco is just here being a menace.
Just wants a spotlight.
So what do you think about that? The victor and the victim?
No,
mentality?
100%. And I think it really shows how we both grew up as well. The way I grew up is I had a stepdad. Well, not all of it, but I reckon the times where it actually did matter, like 15 and on. I reckon they're the times when you're like, you start to think, no, I'm the man. But he actually put me in place quite a few times. And so I think without him, I'd be like the way you said it. You had to kind of figure it out yourself. Hey, like to get out of that mindset of being the.
Well, it's your own choice.
Yes. Well, whereas my dad's like, no, like this is your fault. Like you can't blame others for your own doing. And so without him, I'd be out here saying, no, Mom, I don't want to leave my home right now. If you guys don't know, I moved out when I was quite young, 18, 19. Not for anything negative. I just.
But it's funny that
freedom.
you say that. But back
Yeah.
when people were moving out when they were 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and even
That's 10
so
years
it's
ago.
funny that you say like.
Is that young? Or is that normal? Am I normal?
I think that's normal.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm not young.
Well, you are young, but
No, like, so
leaving home at 18, I think,
It's pretty normal.
Like,
yeah,
it's pretty-
like adulthood, and then you're
Yeah.
kind of the world against you,
Well, I think it depends as well because some people live with their parents until they're 47.
which is so smart, and I wish I could do that.
It would save you a lot of money, but it would also help ensure that you stay a virgin.
I was not expecting that. Renee
no.
Bennett, please fire this man. No, I'm kidding. No, that's true. Not the virgin bit, but yes. Sorry, we keep digressing to a different topic.
It all connects. That's the
It
thing,
all
man.
connects.
If we need like you know what we should set up behind us, like a cork board with like all these different photos, and you
Would you
connect
guys like that?
you connect the red lines, and it all connects.
It all actually does connect.
There's
There's always some sort of something.
The truth is that you do have the choice to break the cycles, the generational cycles. Maybe it's been in your family for generations. You have the opportunity to break those cycles in this lifetime if you make the choice to take responsibility.
Yes, and yeah, generally, and for your kids, I think the things that you do now will impact the things your kids will. But the life of your kids. There's a whole song about this situation called "The Blessings." If anyone would love to hear it, but
Yeah.
it literally talks about generations and breaking generational curses. And those who aren't Christians listening to what the heck is a generational curse is. Essentially, it's the same thing as a generational cycle, but we believe that there's more of a spiritual battle involved rather than just a physical.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, that's a really good way to put it, and I would agree with that. Is that you don't just battle with flesh and blood, but the Bible says with principalities and powers.
What's a principality?
Well, a principality is a spiritual ruler.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what a principality is.
So,
yeah. Anyways, a little bit of a lesson for you.
a Bible lesson.
I think that as we kind of round up and bring this episode to a close, is that I wish I had brought up some celebrities, different well-known people who defied the odds and became something. I remember doing a talk one time, and I do have a list somewhere if I pulled it up on my phone, but I just don't want to waste 2 minutes of our time. People like Stephen Hawking, people like Oprah Winfrey, even though I think she's an absolute nugget. Just want to put that out there.
I feel like nuggets now.
Do you?
Yeah.
I feel like most of these people are nuggets, but that's just my own personal
Yeah.
opinion. They broke through adversity to become something great. They all have massive fortunes. They blah blah bleep blah bleep. They do so much cool stuff. A lot of our sporting superstars, the people who have made something great in their life, they overcame great difficulty to become something amazing.
Yeah, wow.
And what's the difference between them and me? What's the difference between them and you? What's the difference between someone who's made it as a success in life and someone who hasn't? It's simple. The victim/victor mentality. If you have a mentality of victor, of being someone who's got the victory, who's winning, who's using everything in their life to as fuel to push forward, then you're going to win no matter what.
Wow.
But if you can have the exact same scenarios happen and just be negative about it, you'll be farting all over the floor for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I think we both have that victor mindset.
I don't think I always did. I think it's only been in the last, I would say, maybe 7 years.
Wow, that's not long to have a victim mindset.
No, I was completely victim mindseted.
And I get that.
And I used my victimhood as an excuse.
Yep.
Because there was things that I can use as an excuse that will pass down through my family generationally.
Yes.
I won't name them here. But there are things that doctors say we should have because it's passed down through generations. How about no? How about I just say no? You say I should have this, I should be this. No. Shove it up you.
I don't believe
Get
that.
out of here.
In Jesus' name we say.
I don't agree. You can be anything you want to be. You want to be a loser? Be a loser.
You'll be a loser.
You want to be a winner? And this isn't even one of them Instagram flipping, get in the gym, make it happen. Come on, wake up at 5 a.m., read books, have 3 wives. No, it's not that. It is as simple as you think, so you shall be. Gandhi. That's what you said last time. But it's true, isn't it?
Jake is out there whipping out. Yes, it is very true.
That you will become what you think. So if you want to win, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter what's happening.
Just be hungry for the win.
If you knew half the stuff that had happened in my life, or you knew half the stuff that have happened in Ephrat's life, or anybody who's successful's life, if you knew even half the story, you would say there's no way you should be winning. Well, guess what?
We are winning.
It's not about circumstance. It is not about circumstance.
Not at all.
It is about staying true to the truth, which is that we are winners.
Sorry, just came up in my head. So, when did you find God? 7 years ago as well?
I want to say 2017. So 2017,
Wait, yeah, that's
2018, 2019,
almost 7 years ago.
2020, 21, 22, 23. So 6 years. I've been a Christian, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, just to think, hey, I don't know, as soon as you became a Christian, that mindset's flipped away to the other side.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? Like, that's crazy.
And I think that's because I saw Jesus as the ultimate example of what a victor was.
Well, he is. And
He was literally crucified by the very people he was sent to save.
Yeah.
By the people that he loved and healed and spent time with. They killed him, and he still at the end of
Forgave
his
them.
life forgave them and saved them.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I
Man,
don't know
Jesus
any
is
human that
amazing.
would do that. Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, but just be encouraged today as we bring this episode to a close. You have the power within you to change the cycle,
Yes.
to break the cycle,
Definitely.
to become better, to do better.
Come on.
You know what? If you found yourself in a place that you're not proud of right now, if you, over the last few years, months, have gotten into habits, addictions, different things that you're not proud of in different situations, like maybe you're in poverty right now, maybe you're living, you're in a little share house with 14 other people because you can't afford to live somewhere because you've spent all your money on dumb things. Whatever the situation is, you have the power right now to take responsibility and become a victor instead of a victim. You can turn your life around. It can happen.
Come on now.
It can happen. Well, thank you
Take that step.
for joining us again today, Efrat.
Thank you, Jakey, for taking the step with us.
The hashtag No Dad Gang. You can connect with us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. Put your suggestions. What do you want to hear about in the comments? Message us. We'd love to hear it.
Even who you want us to interview.
Yeah, we're going to get some more people on the pod to be able to chat to. But until then,
Please don't forget the milk.
don't forget the milk. We are the hashtag No Dad Gang Milk Run podcast. Efrat and Jakey Boy signing off.
Okay, bye.